sorry, I'm going to be reading from some notes, but I'll try not to read them word for word, and I'll try and be more engaged than reading just from a script. So yes, I'm Joanna, and I run Juta, which is an award-winning, recently, social enterprise, supporting socially and financially marginalized women in Tower Hamlets, just around the corner, by making and selling handcrafted, reclaimed leather and upcycled vegan material espadrilles, as well as teaching shoemaking workshops. Next slide. So we were founded last year in response to an issue in the local community. The women that we work with are super creative, skilled, passionate, and interested in working, but the jobs that exist don't really take advantage of their existing skills or fit around their lives. There's also the cycle of benefits dependence, which is disempowering and frustrating. There's a lack of really good supported routes into work. There are great employability skills trainings, but they usually don't lead directly onto work opportunities. So in Tower Hamlets, a quarter of residents are unemployed or underweight, and that number is actually much higher for women from minority ethnic backgrounds. Our makers are unemployed for a number of reasons. Many of them have caring responsibilities for children or other family members. Many of them lack educational qualifications, previous employment history. Some lack confidence, and some have suffered from social isolation for years. Social and financial exclusion affects individuals and their families, and it creates vicious cycles that have negative mental, physical, and social community well-being issues. Next slide now. So our solution, Juta provides free training to any local women who are interested. After a training period, we graduate makers onto our cohort. We meet weekly with everyone in our cohort, make shoes to order, prepare for pop-up shops and markets, continue training in quality assurance, design new styles, build a supportive community, refer to other local services. We seek input from our makers in all aspects of the business, and they can gain experience in any other aspects of the business they like. Once fully trained, makers can access work opportunities directly with us, making our shoes for 1 to 2 times the London living wage, and they can also graduate to teaching our shoemaking workshops for an even better wage. We support our makers to become self-employed and provide help with things like invoicing and accounting and tax. Our regular weekly sessions create community, fight social isolation, build confidence. Our makers find it really empowering to know that they can make something that other people want to buy, that they have skills that are valued, and that they can teach other people their valuable skills. They access needed extra finances for their families, connect with other local women for support and creativity. We only use reclaimed materials, so we take leather offcuts from local factories and upcycle vegan fabrics that are donated to us from charity shops. So our shoes have a low environmental impact, they're sustainable, and we get to reclaim and reuse materials that would otherwise go to waste. Turn over. Next slide. Our impact. This is a photo from one of our shoemaking workshops, which we run at Spitalfield City Farm, just around the corner. You actually can't see, but Amy has got a cat sitting on her lap, which is like a really nice part of it. Our impact. So far, over 50 women have accessed our training program. We currently work regularly with 10 makers. Our project also indirectly affects probably around 100 people, just based on families and communities. Feedback from our makers so far has been that they feel less isolated, they feel like an active member of a community, they look forward to coming to our sessions, they feel that the sessions are welcoming, supportive, and make them feel they belong. They report feeling more confidence about themselves and that they have purpose. Some have reported more economic independence and no longer feeling financially excluded. We've also saved over 80 kilos of leather from ending up in landfill. Next slide. Here's our ask. If we can raise some money, we'd like to use it for 2 things. One is to put some money towards our Christmas marketing. We'd like to put some money into social media spend and Google AdWords, because this is where we make most of our sales per year, and if we can invest a little bit of money up front now, we can make sales that will support us for the whole next quarter. We'd also like to make some traveling workshop kits. So our experienced makers teach shoemaking workshops to members of the public through sites like Airbnb and Obby. And at the moment, all of our materials are at the community center and at the farm. And we'd like to make little traveling suitcases so our makers can be more flexible and attend workshops across the city. We get invited to run workshops in Battersea and Hoxton all the time, and we'd like to give our makers little wheelie suitcases so they can go anywhere with them. And we'd also really like some support. If anyone in the audience would like to volunteer with us, literally anything you want to do, but specifically social media, blogging, PR. We've been told we should have a blog. What is that? How does it work? What do we say? Legal and accounting support, always. Business mentoring and coaching. This is a new thing for us, running a business. We'd love any support with that. And finally, you could definitely think of us when buying Christmas gifts if you'd like. Yeah, thank you very much.